of that ex-cathedra level of papal authority has meant that a lot of other levels also had to be protected. For example, as you well know, the encyclical Humanae Vitae of 1968 on contraception does not use the language of infallibility. And yet, so much papal energy over so long a period of time has been invested in condemning artificial contraception that to say that all those popes were wrong would be seen as striking a massive blow against all papal authority. Indeed, one may say that the widespread rejection of the teaching of that encyclical over the last 40 years has already had this effect. As more and more people have said, I am convinced that the Pope is wrong on this matter. So how do I know that he's right on any other matter? And it has had that effect of lessening of respect for all papal authority. In the same way, most popes have rejected the very idea of women priests, and to accept it now could be seen as admitting that 2,000 years of popes have all been wrong. And so when pressure arose to discuss the matter, the reaction was the opposite. It was upgraded to a level where the word infallibility was in play. And so even discussion of the issue could be banned. Is church teaching condemning homosexual acts infallible? Well, no, but it would be defended as though it were. For once again, papal authority has been thoroughly committed to it. What about all church teaching on sex? Well, there may be room for movement on some minor issues, but not on the core teachings. For yet again, papal authority has been heavily committed. As a result, when we start to talk about the response to abuse, when we start to talk about sexual matters, people within the church instantly become defensive because they see papal authority under threat. And that must be defended at all costs. There is another factor too that must be considered, even though in this case it's nothing more than a cultural factor. One does not have to be long in Italy before hearing the two terms bella figura and brutta figura. Now literally they mean a beautiful figure and an ugly figure, but their real meaning can be expressed in English as keeping up appearances, or appearances are important. And this idea, believe it or not, was already powerful 2,000 years ago in the Roman Empire. Appearances were very important. So this is something that runs extremely deep in Italian culture. There is, of course, some truth in the idea. For who could survive without appearances? I'm presenting appearances now, so are you, we all do. But it's obvious that the idea is wide open to abuse, for it involves an instinctive tendency to hide and deny anything that does not create bella figura. When it is added to the need to protect all levels of papal authority, it becomes a most dangerous idea. It means we must protect every level of papal teaching, and we must protect even the bella figura of the Pope. Move a step lower. The law of priestly celibacy is no more than a law, and everyone knows it could change tomorrow. And yet, to change it now, once again could imply that 1,000 years of popes have been wrong. So once again, so much papal energy has been invested in this law, and such heavy measures were taken in the past to enforce it, including forcing a priest to leave children and leave them destitute, that even to change a mere law could affect papal authority across all fields. As a result,